Hi, hello, and welcome! Welcome back to the next episode of Torchwood. I know my hair looks really crazy today. This is how I woke up like 10 minutes ago. I just put a little water on the side. I didn't bother doing anything with it. I just left it like it was when I got out of bed, so it's a style, right? Today we're going to watch another Torchwood episode. The last one was surprisingly good. I loved every single minute of it, and I'm very anxious about the next one because I think that it will be a weaker episode again. It's something that I do feel it. I don't know why, but the last episode felt more like a coincidence that it was that good. I really hope I'm wrong here. But I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe the show's gonna surprise me. Maybe we're gonna have another good episode with much character development, something to deal with, something I don't know. And we do have new information about Mr. Jack, or Mr. Captain Jack, because we have seen the finale of Doctor Who, of the third series. Okay, I'm still missing one episode. I haven't seen it all, but we already do know stuff about him. And we do know stuff about the jar and the hand, and I really think this is the same hand that Captain Jack is still keeping. I don't know why yet. Spoiler warning, Doctor Who Series 3 finale. We do know that this is the Doctor's hand. That this is the hand that got cut off his arm and then he just regrew it. And somehow Captain Jack is keeping it. That is interesting. Also, we know that he appeared in Doctor Who in the finale. And I don't know how that will end. And if this will be something that they are going to talk about in Torchwood, I have no idea. But I'd say let's get straight into it and hopefully not get disappointed.
We've been right busy since you lot visited here.
Oh, 1812.
There's been teasing you, that it? My name's Mary.
Marie.
Like the Virgin.
That's what I was thinking. Oh, why you're...
Just man higher.
What is wrong with you? But she doesn't really care. What's going on? Aliens? Do you think that's gonna help you? I kinda don't.
Do whores have prayers?
What? What just happened? She smiled when he was about to shoot her. Okay, we're back in the present. Oh, that's her. Only with a different hairstyle. Interesting. So she definitely didn't die back then.
Nah. See those shattered ribs? I reckon she was shot.
Well, let's get her back to the hub and find.
Oh, so that's her.
I'm wiry. In fact, I was going mad for it.
How's that gonna go?
I guess I don't need to tell you, no?
Yeah. That's how you keep the cover. Oh. You're not very good with the covering up.
Sometimes I think even that stick up your arse has got to stick up its ass.
He's such a douche. I can't stand this guy. I mean, she's right. This is work. And this is very dangerous work, so you have to be serious. It's about life and death all the time.
And I've already been barred from about 20 pubs. And I don't want to get barred from this one because they do these nice olives on the tables.
Right.
Let me get you a drink.
Really, there's no need.
JD and Coke, and Tashika, what do you want?
She's good.
Oh, yeah, that was the other thing.
Oops.
I kind of know who you are.
Oh, really? You do?
Then back to the UK in 1986. Parents in the RAF. Grandfather worked at Bletchley Park. Very impressive.
How do you know all of this?
What was that you had in the case?
You're very
How do
sus,
you know about
lady.
Torchwood?
Yes, how do you know?
But you have to dig really deep. Plus, we pick bits and pieces up from police radio scanners. We also... Scavengers.
Who are scavengers?
Of IT guys who live with their mothers.
I shouldn't talk to you.
So go.
She's really beautiful.
What's most amazing?
She didn't go.
But then there are times... We found this thing. It was about A4 size.
Okay,
It had all these symbols on it.
lady, all you know is what she told you. And suddenly you're talking about everything that's confidential?
How much he was missing them. It just made me cry. Because I thought...
You are way too trustworthy.
And there's no one to talk to about this. I mean, the guys at work...
Oh, so she has the same problem that Gwen has.
See it.
Maybe you should talk to each other.
I could be fired. Just for telling you that.
Yeah. True that.
It's a pendant.
Put it on.
Oh no. Don't wish for something.
I'll drink one more and just drink slowly.
Insider.
If you've got sugar, he tugs his groin one more time, I'm going to smack him in the face.
Oh, it's a mind reading device.
What are they? I can hear voices.
You can hear thoughts.
Did I click the reply to all?
They're people's thoughts.
He doesn't touch me anymore.
They're people's thoughts, Tashika.
Oh, that's how you found out about her.
Thoughts. Ignore everything else.
There's just so
You
much...
can do it. It takes practice, but this is what you have to learn. Now,
Why does she have to learn this?
I can't, May.
please. I've kept it too long. After a while,
My god, her eyes.
it changes how you see
Her
people.
eyes are so beautiful with the makeup, the black and the blue. It just looks very beautiful. Interesting, very interesting. But what is she up to? What is that organization she's working for? Oh, she's gonna use it on them.
Hi.
So this episode is the episode where we find out that the other two are having an affair? But does she have a reason? Does she want to find out something in specific?
Come on in.
Sergeant giving it all. Oh, Gwenny has deigned to call her old mates. She put a weevil in his bathroom. Oh, sweetheart, the jeans and the boots thing has really kind of had its day.
Now she can be dead weird. I wonder what she'd be like in bed. Catholic but grateful, I bet.
Oh my god, please stop.
An arrangement? No, it has to be more than 2 times, surely. Long as we keep it to just the 2 times, we're fine. What's Tosh looking at?
Okay,
You okay, Tom?
that didn't take very long.
What is it you want to show us?
I wondered if I could get Owen to come down to the vault. No, couldn't have sex in front of a weevil. I couldn't even do it.
Oh my god, you people. I mean, you don't know, it's not your fault. I mean, it somehow is your fault.
It isn't like reading someone's diary.
No, it's the real truth. Unfiltered truth.
Not everyone.
But what is the plan here? And I mean, does she have some kind of... She doesn't have even proof if the thoughts she's hearing are
At least
true,
they're consistent.
or if they are what she wants her to hear.
They pity me. You don't pity
to me. Why would I?
But you don't even know who she is. I'm still missing a little context here. Oh, okay. I mean, that was obvious, right? Wasn't it?
You have no...
She doesn't seem what is happening?
You okay?
No, she's not.
From the photo on your fridge.
Put that down.
All I'm saying
Wait
is I don't
a
want to get in the way of
minute.
There's nothing to get in the way of.
She's into Owen?
looking for. It will find you.
Are we gonna get any context about this woman?
I told you. Who are you, Mary?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for asking the question after weeks, months. I don't know how long you know her. Probably days. I mean, you work in an organization where you have to deal with this kind of stuff every day and you don't ask questions. You just accept the given.
Oh, glorious.
I'm gonna kill them. I'm gonna kill them. I'm gonna kill them. Afterwards and lie next to them. So I'll have to do myself lying down.
Interesting.
That this is what's right.
I'm gonna
and what
explain
he's
later
been
why I
doing
was
as
laughing when he was
trespasser.
saying that. Oh, it's pretty scary. And confusing and everything.
All right, Danny.
Are you a father?
6 this time.
Oh,
Kelly's given me 90 minutes after hours at the tanning salon as a wedding present. Besides, you're breaking the law, bringing
oh wait, is he gonna...
to think on. Hey, put your shoes on and go to the toilet.
Is he planning on killing his family?
Oh, and no cola. I don't want him coming home here all excited. Will you stop going fishing?
Oh my god.
Oh my God! Oh Christ, no, don't, please!
It's okay, it's just like falling asleep, really.
Yeah, right, it is. It sure is. Oh my god. Thank you. Did you kill him or just... Okay, he's just unconscious.
Some of his initial conclusions. The first being that this isn't in fact a woman, but a man.
A young man.
Oh, this is the man that shot her.
Where did you train? Where did you train? Did you train? Absolutely useless.
Must be so weird for her
Do you
to
know anything about Greek mythology?
Security visa 45895.
talk to all these people knowing how they think about her. But he wasn't there, so...
How did you explain it? I didn't tell them. I think that's wise.
It probably really is.
You do something unbelievably brave and sexy. I have to kiss you.
But...
I don't make the rules.
Okay, I take that back. Maybe it would be better if she told them. Maybe they would ask the questions that she isn't.
So,
Ask him.
don't you have a secretary for that?
It's actually quite complicated.
So, what's he found out?
Why does she want to separate her from them? Looks interesting.
Because obviously that would have been weird.
Why are you so bothered? Whoever did this is hardly a threat to society anymore.
Yeah.
Or maybe she is.
Talk to you about the hardware we found with the skeleton.
No. Why?
Oh.
Could have been someone died in an operation. This has got sugar in it.
No worries. Just asking.
He's still seeing Cybermen outside his mother's house.
Don't think about her palm on the bottom of my spine, her hand in my hair.
When this is good. Can't go on, this is a good thing. Why the hell isn't he looking at me?
I think my desk is on fire.
My desk is on fire. What's
So
that?
I've just come from a really interesting conversation with a Detective Inspector Henderson.
Right.
Uh-huh. She's still wearing the pendant?
The man had the biggest hands I've ever seen.
Oh yes, she is.
Because of the story he told me about you saving a woman and her kid from being murdered by her ex-husband?
Yeah, well...
You do this all the time. So you secretly fight crime, is that it, Tosh?
Yeah, she's Batwoman.
Not to talk to myself about it while I'm in the street.
No, sure. I mean, that's lesson one.
Doesn't he have any thoughts? Or are his thoughts unreadable for her?
What? I forgot something on my face? Is it food?
What?
I zoned out.
Well, listen, that was a good save, Tosh. Well done.
What was that? And how much does he really know? I have the impression he knows more than he said to her.
I've got crisps, I've got coffee.
And he wanted to test her.
Right, You're right. It's not like reading someone's diary.
Don't tell her before you do.
They're interested in. They don't care about you. I go in that place, I won't come out again. What are you talking about?
Because I'm an alien.
Get my boss.
I'm illegal. Okay. Okay. What was that voice? Oh no. She looks like an avatar. And was that the name of the movie?
Why you can't.
Avatar, right? Why isn't she afraid?
Still the person you kissed. The person you caressed.
Person. Yeah, well.
So, I'm shagging a woman and an alien.
Which is worse?
Well, I know which one my parents would say.
Oh my god.
I didn't see this. What else are you keeping from me?
Now you start asking questions.
Enforced worship in temples the size of cities. Execution squads roaming the streets. Dissent of any kind meant death.
What?
To what they'd call a feral outpost.
Independent?
It's how my people communicate.
Oh.
Using a prearranged and finite number of words. It's so archaic. And kind of gross to look at.
Oh, really? It is.
The machine you found is a transporter. It brought me here. It can get me home again. I need it back before...
Oh.
You'll examine me. Assess whether or not I'm useful, whether I'm a danger, then lock me...
Yeah, well, that may be the truth.
You really think I'm going to walk? Hands raised in surrender into that?
I give her that. She's not wrong about it.
Calling it Grandad's little secret.
Oh my god. I would not be wearing this anymore. What? Oh, he's thinking. Okay.
I can't stand it anymore. The weight of it, the depravity.
Then don't put on the pendant anymore. You have the choice. It's not like you're pressured into wearing it.
Heart removed. Records and post-mortem past operation.
It's gonna be way worse if they found out first.
And even when I don't have the pendant on, even when there's nothing, I can't forget the things I've seen.
That's true. That's really true.
Heart removed. Heart removed.
Oh, he's getting closer.
How far back does it go?
It's like a curse.
Very far.
You need to see this.
And I can't be a part of it any longer.
Oh my god.
Tell me what to do.
Get me into Torchwood.
I thought you didn't want to go there. Wasn't it just the talk that you had 2 minutes ago? Okay.
Xanadu, did Kubla Khan mistakenly pleasured her?
Oh, so now you're bringing in now you're bringing her there without the others knowing? Great.
I might need something to eat before I go.
This what you're looking for?
Jack.
It is Mary, isn't it? You want to tell her the really interesting bit? No?
Surprise, she lied to you.
It's a two-man transporter. Or whatever you people may be. You might be squids for all I know. A two-squid...
Oh, so she needed another person to use it. Oh, so they are not the same woman. I got that absolutely wrong. From the very start. Okay, I feel stupid now. But I love this animation of the inside of the body. And you can see everything. Oh. Okay, so I wasn't wrong. Okay. Now I don't feel stupid anymore.
Then another came, a soldier. He tried to shoot.
Oh. Right. That's what happened.
Plunged my new human hand into his chest and plucked out his heart.
Because that's what you do.
Before any more soldiers came, I had so much to explore. And how I love this body.
It's beautiful.
My beautiful to shoot her.
Gonna go for it now.
Oh no, oh no, we have another situation.
Ridiculous, we're unarmed, we're just shouting at her.
Not again, please, God, not again.
Knife has incisors on the blade. It'll tear Tosh's throat out.
She can't do anything.
It's not true, Tosh. Don't listen.
But not me. Whatever I've done, it doesn't change the way I feel about you.
Yeah, I see how you feel about her. You must truly love her. Oh.
Don't do anything until I say.
Okay. You want the transporter?
I mean, she doesn't have a lot of options.
He's just gonna let her go.
It's a bluff. That thing can't still work.
That was easy.
What's happening?
Well, that. I reprogrammed it for you. It's set to enable.
Oh. Bye.
To the center of the sun. Shouldn't be hot. I mean, we sent her there at night and everything.
You killed her.
Yes.
Mm. She held a knife to your throat a minute ago and she would have killed you.
Emotions. References I wouldn't understand.
Yeah. And the rest?
The rest was none of my business.
No, it wasn't.
I mean, that's fair.
This thing between me and Owen, No, Gwen. What I did was an invasion.
Mm-hmm.
I have to live with this. Not what I heard, but what I did to you.
And my betrayal.
Hmm?
I'm living with mine.
This should be my wake-up call. I should stop, but...
Hmm.
The last couple of days, you've had a look about you. Love suited you.
It did, it really did, if only it were true. I absolutely understand that.
I got nothing. It's like you were, I don't know, dead.
I want that tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. We're pulling the
What are bosses doing?
doctor card. The I don't want to talk about anything card.
Something Mary said.
probably the only honest thing she ever did say. She gave it to me, and she said, after a while, it gets to you. It changes how you see people. How can I live with it?
There are some things we're not supposed to know.
That's true. That's so true.
Whole world. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, the problem is with those kind of things, you cannot forget what you saw, what you heard. It'll always be in your mind. And if it changed your perception of the humanity so much, how can you ever go back to not knowing, to not feeling depressed because humans are jerks? Okay, stop. Why is my face so red? Oh my god, I just realized when I was asking this question to myself for the second time. Yesterday I was outside for hours and it wasn't very sunny, but there was sun sometimes, and I guess I do have a sunburn on my face. Oh my god, I look like a strawberry cake or something. Let's talk about this episode. This time we had an episode where we focused mainly on Toshiko, mainly on her, and we got to know her a little more, which I think is very good, because they should have done this a long time ago, starting to introduce the characters and to build their arcs. And I feel like they're slowly getting there. And they're focusing on single characters here and there. And this time it was Toshiko. And her story was very interesting. It was also very deep on some level. And it raised questions that, again, cannot truly be answered about humanity and philosophical stuff, and I love those kind of things and I love talking about them. So the main premise of the episode was really good, but there were also some things that I didn't like about the episode, and I just want to start with those real quick so we can get to the good stuff. And the very first thing that I felt while watching the episode and while the story was unfolding was that it felt so out of character, Toshiko's character, that she didn't ask any questions. And I know I mentioned this throughout the whole episode because it really bugged me and because it really didn't feel like the character that we know, the one that works in an organization where we have to ask questions day in and day out. That's all they do. There is supernatural stuff going on and they have to find out, and for that to be done, they have to ask questions. So it really felt so out of character that she didn't do that for the first half of the episode whatsoever. Not even when she got handed, the very first scene in the bar where she's sitting there alone and that woman walks up to her and confronting her. First she tells some story why she has to stand beside her, but then she really quickly changed the conversation to, I know each and every single detail about your life. And I'm sorry, if that would happen to me, I'd be like asking questions 24/7 from that point on. I'd want to know, who are you? Why do you know all of this stuff? What is going on? You have to tell me everything. And she kind of asked some questions to which she got half the truth and half lies. But she kind of bought it from her. All she had was her words, the words of a strange woman walking up to her, knowing everything about her. I mean, doesn't that like raise some kind of doubts or anything in you? Especially if you are working for Torchwood? I don't know. As good as the episode was, and it really was, I mean, the topic was really good. This start kind of felt a little wrong and ruined, for me personally, a lot of the episode. It took a longer time for me to adjust to the episode, which I wish it wouldn't have been that way. I really want to be in an episode from the very start, just like last episode. I was there from the very first second because everything made sense, everything played in well, and I didn't ask questions about why is this character acting this way, because it shouldn't. It doesn't make sense up to the point where it's unbelievable that the character does what it does. And this was the case in that episode, and this is why it took me so long to get into the episode. Again, this wasn't a bad episode. It really wasn't. But I'm just saying I had my problems at the start. And the second thing that I had my problems with, but this is a personal thing, and I'm not gonna rant about it in every single episode. But this time it was, I don't know, maybe I just need more time to adjust to what's happening between Owen and Gwen. Maybe this is too new in my head and I have to get over it somehow, and I will. I know I will. But I just have to address it because of the situation that we had in this episode with the pendant, where we not only could see how they communicated to each other, which was very childish-like, and it didn't sit well with me. But then when Tashiko put on the pendant, and we could also hear their thoughts in addition to that, what can I say? I'm very, very sorry, but I'm not on that ship. I'm just not on that ship, and I know it sucks. I'd rather be on that ship, believe me. I really love having relationships that I do love watching and evolving, but I don't know, she is still, and I got that one wrong in my last video because she's not married. One of my Patreons told me that she is only together with her boyfriend. And I'm very glad that in the end, Gwen herself addressed that problem when she was talking to Tashiko, and she's like, I can't judge either because I'm in a very same situation. I am betraying another person too, which I shouldn't do, but I'm just gonna continue doing it. That was weird. But at least she addressed it, she knows it. Now she has to follow through. I mean, if she doesn't love her friend or boyfriend anymore, and she wants to be with Gwen, with Owen, no problem. Just tell your former boyfriend. Just tell him. Just leave him, and then you can be with Owen, no matter what. Just stop the betrayal. That's the thing that bugs me. And I don't really like Owen, but that's another problem. Okay, those were the things that I didn't like about the episode. Two not really big things. The bigger part was the part that I loved about the episode. And that was the topic itself, where we had this mysterious woman, mysterious alien woman, I should say, I guess, and the pendant. And the pendant was the thing that I really loved about the episode. I mean, the alien woman was, I don't know that actress, but she looked so similar to an actress in Buffy that I really, really liked. And her eyes were sparkling. I don't know how to describe it, but the makeup, the black makeup and the blue eyes, she was so beautiful, and I really liked her character. And I also like the alien form of her character. It looked really beautiful too. It didn't look like a bad alien. It looked like a tender and cute alien. I mean, except the part where she rips out the heart of that one guy. But I felt the looks of the alien matched the looks of the woman when she was in human form. That was very, like, it went together very well. Independent, in addition to the alien, was the part of the episode that I liked the most, which is really cool. And I just want to address real quick, because throughout the episode, when she was walking over the marketplace or somewhere, and there was the one guy that wanted to shoot his family, and I know in that moment when he was walking by, this is supposed to be something that shocks you, because out of all of the voices, you suddenly hear that someone wants to kill somebody. And I know how it was meant by the episode. And I know that you were supposed to be serious and shocked and anything. And I'm very, very sorry that I couldn't give you this reaction. But I just want to tell you the reason why. Because I have seen exactly the same story in another series already. Can't tell you why, don't want to spoil. But it was exactly the same. Except that there was no pendant involved, but the person who could read minds was kind of cursed. So the person couldn't stop hearing other thoughts. And in some part of the episode, the person is standing in a room full of people, just like she was in the middle of a city. That was the very same. And then, out of all the thousands of thoughts that the person could hear, and they went faster and faster because of the masses, suddenly all the voices disappeared, and all she could hear was, "I'm gonna kill you all." Comparing those two scenes, the one in the other show was made in a better way because of the intensity that was growing and growing, and the voices got faster and louder, and then suddenly stopped, and all you could hear was that one voice. And I was reminded of that very scene, and I was smiling because I was thinking, oh, really? You're doing exactly the same thing that was done in the other show, like 100% the same thing, mind reading and then hearing this voice. That was the reason why I was smiling. It had nothing to do with the show. And I apologize that I didn't take this scene serious. I didn't do that on purpose. It was just in my mind because I kind of knew what was coming when she was standing in all of those, when she was standing in the middle of the street and all of those thoughts would come into her. I kind of could predict that this would happen, and then seeing it happen, it just made me smile like, yeah, it's like 100% the same than in the other show. So I'm sorry for that scene and that I couldn't react appropriately to it. God, that's a hard word to say. But even if I already knew the premise, it was still kind of scary when that guy just walked straight home to his family. Because this scene felt too real to me, the circumstance. Like a father going home, trying to shoot his family. So I'm very glad Toshiko was there and she just knocked him out. I was really glad about that because I didn't want the scene to go on for longer. And she was thinking about, when she saved that family, that maybe the pendant could be something to be used for the good, which would be a possibility for sure. But with those kind of things, and that's the problem, there is always two sides to that story. There's always a good side, but there is always a bad side too. And to be able to use the good side, you have to accept the bad, which she just couldn't. It was unbearable for her to hear how the people are talking about her, not talking, thinking about her in reality when they're talking about her, or talking to her in a kind of way. And then she found out that in reality, they are thinking weird stuff about her, and they are not like telling her the truth, which is very deep, and which is something that would happen to every single one of us. I'm so sure about that, because even the people around you that you think, or that you do like, that you truly do like, and you think they do like you back because they, I mean, there are people that really truly do like, don't get me wrong here, but there are always persons who just pretend, or who maybe do like you to some degree, but then again they do have thoughts or feelings about you that you wouldn't want to hear. This is just part of humanity. We are human beings. We do have good thoughts, we do have bad thoughts, and we have the capability to not say everything that we think. We can filter out the stuff that we do not want the other person to know. So if you're confronted with an unfiltered reality, this really hits hard. I can absolutely understand that. And I also understand the urge to try if you get handed this pendant, because on the one side, you know, maybe this isn't good. Maybe I shouldn't use this. But on the other hand, it is really something that like wants you to wear it. It's something that you just want to try out. You're so curious, which is also part of being human. You're curious. You want to know. If you get handed an opportunity, you just take it. And maybe you do have thoughts about it. Maybe you do have doubts. But the curiosity, most of the time, just wins. So you try it out. Yeah, and then you get a backlash, which was there very fast for her. And I guess she will have, like she said, she will have to live with that. And I guess it'll influence her behavior over the next, like, episodes, seasons, I don't know. And also, at that one point where she was lying on the bed and talking about how bad humanity is and that there is no good and no hope in the people, just bad thoughts everywhere. And the vibe I was getting there was that she was thinking about ending her life because she couldn't live, or she doesn't want to live in a world where there is no good in it. I do understand that she was feeling like that, because many of us, I guess, do feel like that from time to time. But maybe she didn't go to the right places with that pendant. If she wanted hope, she could have gone to, I don't know, to a place where there are good people. For example, to a hospital, or to a place where they help other people. Like, you do not even need a pendant to see that they want to do good. You just see what they are doing. That's enough. And you see the good in people. There is good in people. But sometimes, if you are just focused on the negative things and you just see the negative things, it's really hard to get back on track and to remind yourself that there is also good in the world. I can absolutely understand that. And I could also understand, because in the end she was trying to talk to Jack about everything that she went through, and he didn't really, I had the feeling at least, he didn't really try to help her with anything. He didn't really listen to her and trying to communicate and making her feel better. In the end, he's just leaving her, sitting there being all depressed. So I wouldn't really be surprised if that was the case in the next episode, if this depression would go on, and if she really would struggle throughout the next episodes, if she would struggle with her life, with her work, doubting everything, slipping into the depression even deeper, because if there is no one to get you out of there and you are like the only person that can drag you out of there, but you're sick with depressions and you always have those dark thoughts, you just need a person from the outside to pull you out of there. I'm so sorry, this review is full of depressing things and of triggering topics. I'm very sorry about that, but if this is what the episode is giving me, if this is what it's about, I just have to talk about it in my review too. I cannot have a happy review if the episode was about depression, about the bad in people. It's just not possible. So maybe I'm going to put a spoiler warning in the beginning of my review that people are very sensitive to those topics. Do not watch it this time. I can only work with what I do get from the episode. So again, I'm sorry. Maybe next time it'll be happier. I really hope. But then again, this is a show for adults. Like, this is a more adult show in terms of, like, Doctor Who is made for, even for children, for teens, and for adults. And this one is like only, adults only. And there are darker themes. And if they appear, I just have to talk about them. And especially when we talk about depression and stuff, I can really relate to those kind of feelings. So I have to say much about those kind of topics. And I know how she must feel. Because even if you do not own a pendant, you can just take a look at social media or at the news or look what's going on in the world. And you do not need a pendant to know that there is so much hate and so much bad in the world. You do not need that. You just need to open your eyes. So on the one hand, I'm really surprised, now that I'm saying this out loud, that she only got the news about humanity not being solely bad, but being bad in big parts. That she just found that out and was so surprised when she used the pendant. Because I feel like adults do already know that, right? I mean, I wouldn't be so surprised about this. I would be surprised maybe about if I could like read the thoughts of people that I have around me, family and friends, boyfriend, that if I would wear the pendant and I would find out that their feelings for me, they are just pretended, that they are not real. This is what would really shock me, but it wouldn't shock me that humanity in itself is mostly bad. I mean, that's just not surprising, isn't it? But that doesn't mean, and that is the important thing for everyone who feels those kind of feelings from time to time, and I know that it's bad, but there is also good in the world. There is. And maybe it's more hidden than the bad stuff, because good people are more quiet with what they're doing. They do not have to scream it out into the world. Hey, I'm doing good. Mostly the people that are doing bad stuff are like screaming into the world. So it's more hidden, but it's still there. There are good parts in humanity. There are. And this is what we have to focus on, to strengthen those good parts and to also be a good part to all of the other good parts, so that the good parts maybe one day will be even bigger than the bad ones. And that is the main goal. So there is something you can fight for, and each and every single one of us can make the world a little better every single day. This is what I learned. And it was a very, very long way to arrive at that conclusion. This is why I'm telling you, so it's way easier for you to arrive at that conclusion. But I guess many of you know already. I guess I covered everything. Well, the alien lady, Mary was her name, now is dead. That's what I just want to talk about real quick, because that is the very thing I forgot. Yeah, Jack killed her. He changed the coordinates to the middle of the sun, so she just burned and got killed. And Toshiko was kind of... I had a feeling if she knew it, she would have tried to stop it. Although Mary wanted to kill her a few minutes before. So she, in addition to the depression that she had to face, she struggled between being in love with a woman and seeing her true self, which wasn't good. And she also was conflicted in this fight in herself, in her mind. That really wasn't a good episode for her, and I'm so sorry that she had to go through all of this, because it must be such a burden to live with all of this knowledge from now on. She thinks humanity is bad. She thinks her team doesn't really like her. She found someone to love and got ripped out of her life. She found out that the person didn't really truly love her and only told her lies and used her. And then in the end, it got killed. So this wasn't a good episode for Toshiko. I'm so sorry for her. And I really hope that it'll go better in the next episodes. I feel like whenever we get like a story of one of those characters that really concentrates on one character, like the one with Ianto, is always ending bad. Also, what I noticed throughout the episode, this was the second time that one of the members of our team, which isn't really big, but this was the second time that one of them... No. Wait a minute. The first episode already, or was it the second, with the perfume and where Captain Jack said, don't take those devices to your home and don't use them. And like probably all of them did. So this team isn't very serious with their work they're doing, right? And it was the second time that someone infiltrated the group with another person. Because she didn't even talk about the people before she got Mary into Torchwood. She just brought her there. Like Ianto did with the cyber woman. This team should really try and grow together, because if they continue like that, it won't last for a long time, because they lose trust every single time someone in the group betrays them. It's just not good for them. And thinking about the stuff that they have to deal with, the trust has been to 100, if even 1000%, to be able to deal with all the things that they have to deal with. So I wonder how many times this will happen in the future. How many times someone in the group will betray all the others. And the biggest possibility we can see in this picture on the right side, because Captain Jack is hiding stuff, obviously. And I don't think it's good stuff. We did hear about this in Doctor Who. We did find out things that he did in his past. I'm not going to talk about it. I don't want to spoil the people that do not watch Doctor Who, and maybe this comes up in another Torchwood episode. But we do know that his past wasn't really good. He did things in his past, I don't know. And there is a possibility for him to be the person that betrays the group for good. Okay, now I guess I have said everything that I wanted to say, and we are going straight into the IMDb rating. Okay, so my rating. This was a very, very good episode, but we had the stuff that was like out of character for Toshiko, so it wasn't really super uber good. I'd rate it a 7.6. That's what I'd rate it, 7.6. Oh, Countryside was a 7.6. Okay. It was worse than Countryside, so the rating should be lower than 7.6 this time, I guess. Greeks Bearing Gifts. Oh, 7.3. Still okay-ish. I'm very, very curious with this episode what you out there are thinking about it. Do you think that Toshiko should have asked questions early and that it seems out of character? And what do you think about the darker topics that this episode like put us through and that I talked about in my review? What do you think about it? Because those topics are very philosophical and I really like knowing what other people think about it. Am I alone with my thoughts here, or can you relate to it? I would really want to know. But also, this is a very, very sensitive topic, and I know each and every single one of you. You are very kind people, and you always like write your comments in a way that you do not hurt anyone. No name calling or anything. No judging of other people's opinions. But especially in this episode with those kinds of topics, please be very super sensitive in the comments. If someone is writing something about their private thoughts, just be mindful about it, okay? And also, if you were struggling with those kind of topics, go and seek help. And please do think about what you really want to share on the internet. Do not talk about stuff that you do not want to have there on the internet, because you always have to think about that all of what you're writing will be there forever and ever. So be mindful about this topic, okay? But I know you do. You always do. You are so kind to each other. And I really love reading those kind of comments because you are a very, very cute community. I hope the next episode maybe will be a little more happy. We didn't really have like a happy episode. I mean, I know that the show is more serious than Doctor Who, but I wouldn't mind having an episode where you have something to laugh about, something funny, something happy. Would be a great change after all those. I mean, last episodes were really getting darker and darker from episode to episode, so maybe it would be a nice change to have a happy episode every now and then. But who knows? Okay. Take care of yourself, be kind and mindful to each other, and I'll see you next episode whenever I'm uploading anything. Until then, have a nice day. Bye!